The Circle Season 6 just dropped the last 2 episodes before the finale. Some players are using strategy, others are using their hearts, but only one will #win. Hey y'all, it's Nae. Welcome back to my little corner of YouTube. This video will contain spoilers for The Circle Season 6, episodes 11 and 12. So if you haven't seen them yet and you do not want spoilers, save this video and come back after you do. You are about to hear my thoughts on episodes 11 and 12, but of course I want to hear yours, so feel free to drop your thoughts below if you do want to participate in the conversation. And give this video a like before you go, so I know you enjoyed it. I think Jordan is the first, and now the only person this season, to admit that the block person actually came to see him. So that was already a bold move. But then backing up Autumn's wolf statement and pretty much saying that QT is the one that's the wolf, that was bold with a capital B.
It is looking like a lot of sheep following some very few, very powerful wolves right now.
Autumn came to see me and she was devastated. Congrats QT on winning the circle. Hashtag backstabbed, hashtag I see the future. Send.
Listen, Jordan is the villain of the season. We can all admit that. We all figured that out at least by episode 9 and 10. But while he is the villain, he is the only one who's seeing through QT, and that's why she doesn't like him. And to be honest, I'm happy about him dropping the mic in the group chat, because I do think that's what he did. I think he caused the right kind of drama in that first group chat after they watched Autumn's video. It was Jordan's opportunity to get Kyle to flip. It should have gotten Kyle to flip. Now that message that Jordan sent to Kyle about the fact that, hey, just so you know, Kyle, you're in the middle. You're in the middle of this Lauren and Olivia situation, and you're definitely in the middle of this QT and Miles situation. No one's voting you first. Again, that was a bold move, but it was true. Kyle is very much sitting in the middle. He's safe. Unfortunately, the circle is very, very messy. And that whole little conversation between Kyle and Jordan got exposed because, for whatever reason, Jordan thought it was a good idea to send Kyle a gift during that game. I don't know why he would do that, because it could have been read 2 different ways. One, it could have been read that Jordan and Kyle have this secret alliance and nobody knows about it. 2, it could have been looked at as desperate. I think it was kind of looked at as desperate on Jordan's part, because it looked like he was trying to get in good with Kyle after that whole group chat situation with QT. Giving Kyle that gift definitely hinted at the fact that there is at least a one-way situation trying to happen with those two. I know I keep comparing The Circle to Survivor, and I don't know how many people who watch The Circle are fans of Survivor, but they have some similarities. But one major difference is that in Survivor, hard gameplay and strategic gameplay and managing your social game is going to be highly regarded. I don't know of many competition games where playing hard is regarded as something that's amazing. But even in Survivor, you have to be strategic about it. The Circle doesn't seem to have that same sentiment, because if it did, Kyle would have taken that first opportunity to make a power move, and that would have been seen as amazing. If he would have made a power move like that in Survivor, where he was going with an alliance all the way to the end and then flipped on him last minute, a power move like that will go down in Survivor history. But because that type of sentiment does not exist in the Circle, he reverted right back. Oh, I gotta stick with my alliance. I gotta stick with my... No, you don't have to stick with your alliance, because at the end of the day, when it gets down to it, QT is gonna take that money and run. Miles is gonna take that money and run. You should be worried about taking that money and running. It's not about the alliance. Once you get to this far in the game, that alliance is neither here nor there. And matter of fact, you should leave it there, because it doesn't matter anymore. You need it to stay on the top throughout the game. You do not need it in the finale. Or maybe you do, because they have to vote for you. But again, in Survivor, they would vote for you, because that would have been seen as a power move. Now, QT just up and leaving that influencer chat with Jordan. Whew, that's what I'm talking about, making power moves like that. That is a show of, I have the control, not only in this game, but I have the control in this situation. What are you gonna do about it?
Corey Tyler has left the chat.
I mean, Jordan did do something about it after the fact, but I don't really know where to place him, because, like I said, fan of Survivor. I appreciate hard gameplay. I love it when people go in, but you have to do it strategically. Jordan is not doing it strategically. Hell, he's not even going against the right person. He putting all his energy against Miles when it should have been going after QT. And I think he has just now realized that he should have been going after QT, but it's almost too late. She's pretty solidified in her standing in the game. I mean, so much so that she just went ahead and left the chat with him during the blocking, because she really didn't need him. And although the first place influencer always knows that they don't need that other person, she made it very blatant. Like, I don't need you so much that I'm not even going to entertain this conversation anymore. I'm just going to leave. You're not even going to know who I'm picking. But we know from Cassie's blocking, when she was coming at Miles too hard publicly, this cast is not the type of cast that likes when someone plays a hard game. And I don't know if Jordan didn't have enough time to assess that or not, but if he would have, he was there for the Cassie blocking. If he would have just looked at that Cassie blocking, he would have realized that, oh, I gotta play a soft and vicious game with this cast, not go all in. This is just not that type of cast. If he was thinking, he would have known that it was Autumn. Everybody knew it was going to be Autumn. And we all knew Jordan wasn't going to be happy about it.
Boo tomato, boo tomato, boo tomato, boo tomato.
QT created a huge enemy.
Now, he was talking a whole lot of shit saying that QT had made this huge enemy and she better watch out. But he simply does not have the numbers against her. He could talk a big game, and had he been able to actually flip Kyle, he might have had some more numbers, and we're going to see what happens with this Brandon Olivia blocking. But he didn't really have the numbers to be acting like QT made this huge enemy, because at that given point in time, he wasn't really a huge threat, and we still don't know if he is. At this point, in my humble opinion, Jordan is pretty much looking like a GOAT. And I am so sorry to turn this video into Survivor fan fiction, but the similarities are there. For anyone who does not know the lore of Survivor, a GOAT in Survivor does not mean the greatest of all time. A GOAT in Survivor, and in this situation for Jordan, is someone who you know is not going to win the game, but you take them all the way to the end because you know that you're going to win against them, versus taking someone who is actually strong competition and actually having to fight it out. You take someone, a GOAT, who is just easy to carry along, just easy to kind of drag with you, and the votes are going to be easy to get at the end of the day. A GOAT in the game of Survivor is like giving your little brother a controller that's not plugged in. Like, he's having a great time. He thinks he's in it, and everybody knows he's not in it. That's the role that Jordan is currently playing, unless he was actually able to flip Brandon Olivia. Because the clear choice, based on how alliances are set up, will be that Jordan easily goes home. But if Brandon Olivia is being strategic, Jordan is staying his ass in a circle. But when Autumn goes to visit him, she says something that I wholeheartedly agree with.
I think they're kind of losing track of the fact that only one person can win.
And I've kind of hinted at this throughout this video, but I 100% think that some of the other players have lost sight of the game. Their head is not in it. Most notably, Kyle. And like I said, this is all dependent on if he actually ended up flipping or not, which I don't think he did. If he had flipped and gone on Jordan's side, I would have said Kyle did not lose sight of the game. But because he ran and told QT and Miles what Jordan tried to do, I'm going to say his head is not in the game. Miles' head is half in the game, half not in the game. Lauren is just here for the vacation at this point. And then we have Brandon Olivia, who again, I am uncertain if he has flipped or not yet. So we really are waiting for next week's episode to see if any of these seeds that Jordan planted are going to bloom, and see who flipped. As it stands right now, pretty much everybody except for QT, a little bit of Miles, and Jordan have completely lost sight of this damn game. Miles and Brandon Olivia sitting over here talking about, we're double dating to the end. There's no double date to the end. There's only one winner. Like, are we okay? Only one person is getting his money. Like, what is the plan when the game is over and y'all sitting there, QT and Miles, Brandon Olivia and Kyle, one of them being a catfish, by the way. What's gonna happen at the end of the day when y'all get there and y'all, we're cuatro fuego, like we're here to the end, double date to the end? You think QT not taking that money and leaving? QT's gonna take that money and go. Now, she might end up dating Miles and he might get a little cut at 100K. That's them. Kyle is taking that money home to his wife and starting a family. So there is no double date to the end. One of y'all is gonna beat out the other three. So I don't understand this whole let's keep our line strong until the end of time type of thing. I'm not really understanding it. It's getting a little sloppy at this point. And that's what I think Autumn is saying. People have lost sight of the damn game. They think they're here for friendships. You're not here to make friends. The only reason you had to make friends is because you needed to win the game. But that's not the focus here. That sheep wolf comment that Autumn made during her exit interview was smart, and it was right. Lauren has lost so much sight of the game that she actually thinks she's a wolf. She thinks that she's someone who's being mean in the game, which is kind of sad because, girl, nobody's even looking at you, even considering you as a real game player. And I love Lauren But again, if we're talking about strategy and gameplay, it's just not there. Autumn was definitely not talking about her being a wolf. She was really talking about QT. Like, Lauren, girl, it is 100K. You gotta get a little dirty sometimes. Maybe not as dirty as Jordan, but you gotta be willing to go there just a little bit. And then we have Brandon Olivia, and I don't even know where to start with how this ended up. So Olivia ended up with a slight target on her back because she received so many gifts during the gift giving game. Now, I say a slight target because I feel like it was too little too late. Yes, everybody's going to be like, oh, Olivia got all the gifts. That means everybody loves Olivia. That's bad for the game. But we're on the last episode before the finale. It doesn't matter anymore. It doesn't matter that, everybody loves Olivia. You should have caught on to that 2 gameplays ago, 2 blockings ago. Olivia's like the popular girl who gets all the candy on Valentine's Day or something, and everybody else gets no gifts. Olivia's that person right now. And everybody's like, oh shit, damn, everybody actually really loves you. Now, Brandon started off at the bottom, and I was kind of worried. I thought he was going to get blocked fast, but he was actually able to flip his entire game around and started playing this very emotional game. He didn't play too hard like Jordan, didn't play too soft like Lauren. It's kind of been a perfect balanced game. Right now, as it stands, Brandon Olivia holds the power. It's arguably the best time to be able to block somebody because no one's going to know you did it. And when they do know, it's not even going to matter anymore because the game's going to be over. And you can get rid of a power player. He holds a lot of power in this moment, and if he's smart, he's taking out QT or Miles. And he himself presented a great argument for why either of those two need to be the one to go.
QT, she is a very powerful player. The obvious choice would be to take QT out. But then there's Miles, is rating her in first place every time. And if I take him out, I feel like I have a better chance of beating her.
The videos from home were very cute. Jordan's boyfriend is so cute. They look so cute together. I know he's the villain. I know we're supposed to hate him, but his boyfriend is cute. They seem like a great couple. I love that Brandon Olivia got a phone call from the actual Claudia. I guess her name is really Claudia, not Olivia. And from his mom, that was cute. And I love the love that Kyle and his wife have for each other. And the fact that Kyle wants to start a family and he's trying to use the circle earnings or the circle winnings to kind of jumpstart that. This is random as hell, but I just noticed it in one of these episodes. They have cameras in the bathroom. Right after they found out that Autumn was the one that was blocked, Lauren was in her bathroom and they were showing her reaction. And there was a camera right there. Granted, it's pointed away from the toilet, but it's still in there. Like, I would have had to throw a bonnet on my camera lens or something. Like, that's kind of weird that it's just right there. And I know this is Big Brother style. The camera's always watching, but in the bathroom? That's not a little bit too much? I cannot believe that we are already at the finale. It feels like it went by so fast. And things are continuing to move fast. I also cannot believe who the hell the influencer is right now. Brandon Olivia has a very game-changing decision to make, and I don't know if it's going to be enough either way, but I hope that a good decision is made and not just an easy decision or an obvious decision. I will, of course, have my thoughts up on the finale next week and talk about the winner and all of that. And until then, I'll see y'all next time. Motherfuck. Bye. And although the top that power move, this wig is probably really wigging because I didn't glue it down or Nathan. I just got on here just right away. Well, I shouldn't say that because Big Brother might be like that, but I've never watched it, so I couldn't say. Wow, that is my intro. My intro's changed so much over the years. I like that intro though. It's pretty solid. It's a pretty solid intro. It is of all time. And put in that scene right there. Notably. No, it's notably. It's not notably. We're amigos. They didn't say that. They said fuego.
My hands shaking like I need it. I don't know why you got me sinking so low.